McDonald's cards.
Hello everyone. Let me make sure I've got everything up that I need, which I don't, in typical prepared fashion for me. Thank you very much for the follow. Jujana, how are you doing? How your match has been? Set 1, set 2, total, set 1, set 2, total. Wonderful. Oh wait, I've got too many things up. Ooh. Let's do this. Team total. Team set 1. Team set 2. Team 2 total. 2 set 1. Team 2 set 3. There we go. Wonderful. Alright. I'm gonna go back to loading up my game. Enjoy the music while I'm waiting. What do you think's gonna happen, guys? I'll check my posture. What do you think's gonna happen? Who's gonna win? Who's the favorite? Who's the not favorite? What do we think? Any predictions? I'll do my halfway prediction for channel points as per usual. What do people think? So what you waiting for? This is going to be a good match. This is technically top of the table. If anyone is unaware, Division A and Division B this tournament is being decided through essentially a pre-tournament little organization fight in its own, a little group stage, and then the top 4 teams of that group will be put into Division A, and the bottom 4 groups will be put into Division B, and then they'll do another group stage off of that, I believe is the plan. So we'll see how it goes. I think it's in trying to make the top divisions a bit more competitive and preventing people from just crying about being put into, I don't know, Division A or Division B. We'll see. 10-6 for Div. Ooh, good prediction. Div are doing very well. They 12-2'd, but I mean, GS 12-3'd as well. Last time it was GS versus Invictus, and it was Div versus Blue. Thank you very much for the follow. Let's take a look. While I'm waiting to get the map sent over, let's just make sure that my stream stuff is working real quick. Give me score then. I bet 1 USD on Theta 6. We'll see. We will draw. Ooh. Okay. I fuck with that idea. Alright, it's working. Wonderful. Alright. I'll leave you guys with music for a second. I'll be 2 minutes and then I'll be back. Alright, hello everyone. We are going to have Div, also known as Divitarium, plus VW is their official name, but it is Divitarium, and Godsent going head-to-head today. It's going to be an interesting match. They both absolutely crushed their matches, and as such, they're top of the table currently in this sort of organization tournament that they're doing for Division A and Division B. They're two very strong teams. And we're going to see how they perform across these two maps. These maps are probably, compared to last week especially, a lot more Archer favored, so we'll see if the Archers can do something. You can definitely play for Inf on both these maps, especially with the factions of Sturgia and such, but we'll see what happens. I've just realized I need to do something real quick, actually. Let me sort that out. Bum, 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 bum. Let me just fix something, because it is... The first map is Vattenborg, and I believe it is Vlandia first faction. Into Britannia. So let me fix this real quick. But it's going to be a good match. I think it shouldn't be too much of a crush for either side. I'm hoping we get a nice competitive match here. That would be lovely. Faction 3. Fix this one. Do this. And then the other one is Sturgia versus Aserai. Faction 6. Sturgia. Boom. Versus... Wait. Sturgia versus Aserai. I'm stupid. You guys can't see what I'm doing, but I swear I am doing something. I'm not just ignoring everybody. Wonderful, wonderful. So I think Div are Landia first, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Let me hit save on that. Make sure that's correct. It is 1. So we should be seeing Divitarium on Vlandia first, GS in second. Made it. Oh wait, really? That's quite funny. Hell yeah. Alright. Let's speak about this matchup then. We have Chuckster, Plekthi, Rigo, Mika, Royal Siberia Ender Class, a very strong team of mainly Division A players, almost entirely Division A players. I believe Royal played Division A. If not, he's a very good archer either way. He's been proving himself consistently. Versus Divitarium, which also known as Divin VW. It's a very large roster, but again, it's a roster of Division A, like, proven players. Trochka, Beast played a lot. Orthari, I never thought I'd see Orthari and Beast on the same team, but here we are. We have Aston, arguably one of the best archers in the game, along with Longinus, arguably one of the other best archers in the game. So it's interesting. We have Chupapi here, very good cav player. Reg, very good cav player. Trochka, very good cav player. All of these people are in discussions, for sure, of being at the top of their classes. So it's a very highbrow game. We're going to see how it goes, and let's talk a bit about the matchup. So we have Vattenborg and Lighthouse. Vattenborg and Lighthouse, both very archer playable maps. I'd argue that Lighthouse is probably almost necessary to run an archer on, but with the factions they might be able to get away with running 4 Imp von Sturgia, but there's so many good angles and so many good places on that map that I think that it's not going to be too viable for them. We'll see. Vattenborg, again, archer can get a lot of value. However, they can play it in a certain way where they potentially get more value than not. We'll have to see what is the tried and proven method by the end of the week. Either way, just waiting for the go-ahead from them. We have ready from one team. It looks like I have the teams the wrong way around or something. I don't know. Either way, let me swap them. There we go. Perfect. As we see what's going on. Okay. We'll see if the archers can shine today. I believe GS... Is Mr. Ash on GS? He used to be, at least. I suppose he isn't anymore. I didn't see him in the roster. Maybe they added him in. But if Royal's here, I'm assuming we're going to see him on Archer. See how it goes. Let's see. Just waiting for them to get ready, and then we'll get right into the match. At the halfway point, I'll throw up a little poll. It's a little bit of a cheat code to see half the match, but I like to do it halfway. And we'll get a little prediction poll going as to who we think is going to win. So feel free to wait for that. I'll put it up for like a bit longer than last time, as last time some people they didn't quite see it. So we'll give that a go. But let's go. Waiting on GS, I think. Taking a little bit of time. But still, we'll see how it goes. Looking at the lineup, It looks like we are going to have Truchka Cav. Looks like we're going to have Aston Archer. We have Mika, Siberia, Ender Class. I don't know who CKY is, to be honest. It's probably somebody. And Rigo. I'm assuming we're going to get the classic Rigo Siberia Cav duo. They've been doing it for years. They've been doing very well with it. We'll see. 12-0 for GS. That's quite a prediction. I respect that. I feel like Mean Outlaw, you're always on the little guy. You always batting for the other team, just to see if you make it out big. At some point, you got to wonder if it's some sort of manipulation tactic or something, making people wait this long. But we're nearly there. Here he comes. Royal's joining the server. Looks like all 6 people are in for each team. Chuckster is CKY. Got it, thank you. That makes a lot of sense. Looks like we're going to have Chuckster, Enderclass, and Mika on Inf. And thank you so much for the follow, Amy. Hello. So we're going to have Royal Archer, Rigo Cav, Siberia Cav. They're ending the warm-up as we're going into the first set. I'll put good luck, have fun in the chat. Classic response beast. As we go into the match, if it loads, pulse jump. There we go. Wonderful. A little bit black screen for a second there. There we go. GS versus Div. Let's see what they do. We do have Archer on both sides. Not too surprising here. Looks like we have the Div team deciding to go C as our GS. Looks like we're going to have a bit of an early C battle here. Cav just capturing their points, playing a bit safe. Here we go. BW Cav, Div Cav, lining up. Getting ready for the engagement. Royal's sitting on barrels. Aston's on there. Aston's trying to get a little cheeky shot on the Cav fight. Oh, doesn't quite hit it. And he gets shot for it by Royal there. As the infight's beginning, Rigo gets a nice little backstab. As they are sort of clumping against this wall, trying to avoid Aston as much as they can. Orthari in here. Siberia gets a lovely entry there, and that's -1 Cav, but Trochka returns it. As the Inf is still fighting here, Archers are free shooting. Royal's pushed up very close. Gets a lovely double kill there, though, and Trochka has to leave. Baradin and Aston left trying to survive. Siberia predicts it and gets a lovely kill as well. Varadin gets taken out, and this is quite a dominant first life. The Inf are about half health. Everybody else is pretty healthy here. Cav doing some good work. They did take out Rigo, so they got one of the lives, but this is going to be a very difficult reset for Vlandia second life to do. They have A and C. Let's see what they decide to do. They're trying to get some loot here. As you can see, Godsent have taken the loot and brought it away, brought it back. So let's see what happens. As this final engagement is happening, lovely shot from Royal. Trochka's taken down. Orthari's coming in. Gets shot again by Royal. Royal's getting so much value here. Just sitting close to the fight. Chupapi goes down, so does Varadin. Chuckster's clicking heads. And we now have the final attempt from Aston. Gets shot. Royal doing incredible work here. Just staying just close enough to the fight there. Orthari's trying to get some value, but Rigo and Siberia clean it up, and that's a very, very strong first round from Britannia. You could argue Botani's the stronger faction because of the Cav, but I mean, just look at the scores. Look at the scores. Some people barely getting any damage out. Thank you so much for the follow click fee. Royal here with 366 score. Rigo with almost 370. The Cav doing good work. And we'll see if they change up the plans. They certainly are. Aston taking a little pot shot here as they're now walking towards, and they decide to play AB. Rigo's trying to hide a bit, but he's going to just leave as a Siberia. And they're going to get this AB point. Godsent capturing C, taking that flag advantage there. It looks like they're going to walk towards A, go around the back. In the class a bit slow as the Cav here are having a bit of a duel inside the castle. Rigo might get a bit caught here, but he's fine. No shot from Aston. In fact, there was a shot from Aston. Hit the Horse of Siberia, I think. Some quite good value there as they're just hiding within the imp line. Now it's on the Div team to decide what they want to do. Do they want to early cap C? Do they want to force A? It looks like they're going for C. GS is predicting it. They're moving there quite early. Just little hits backwards and forwards. Definitely Divitarium so far have got the advantage. But let's take a seat. Take a seat and look. As Rigo's coming in. Doesn't quite get the bump that he wants. Siberia as well, not quite getting it. But Aston here isn't allowed to shoot. He's being sat on top of. Royal in the open. Taking shots. Hits Ulthari's horse. Hit it again. That horse is going to be low. He's still taking pot shots. He's just aiming at the horses. Meanwhile, though, GS are killing the infantry. No inf dead for GS. Quite impressive indeed, while Aston has been completely kept busy this entire life by Siberia. They're trying to get him this horse. Chuckster's on a horse, but wants to try and ferry this other horse into him. I think he's going to play What's the Healthiest Horse game, perhaps? No, they're just happy to have a Dragoon character. As the Div team are making their way across. They're sending one imp to the back here. I don't know if that's the smartest idea, because I think he's going to get pushed here and unable to get help, but they give it up. Siberia trying to get any value. Beast punishing him. Gets the dismount, and they're leaving him alone. This is quite important. They're saying, okay, let's leave him. Let's push. He can go push our Archer, but our Archer will deal with him. Aston's now got an awkward position here, where he's going to have to either deal with Siberia or try and take pot shots. He's just running away, but Mika does go down. Beast gets a kill. Chupapi gets a kill. And this isn't a terrible reset, as Rigo tries to get any value he can. And Siberia is just being led on a merry chase across. Ooh, shoots the shield. Kill from Trojka. Will Rigo get any value here on this reset? Let's lock into his POV. Ooh, gets a nice hit there. He's still alive somehow. He's moving in. Oh, goes for the stab. Doesn't quite get it. Does get dismounted. Probably going to die here. He's still alive. He is eventually dead. As a good reset. But is it good enough? Trojka's very low. Baradin's about half. Everyone else is quite healthy. So I'd say as long as Trojka can avoid getting taken out early by either Royal or one of the Cav here, we should be fine. Rigo's being a bit aggressive around the back, just sitting behind them. Aston here taking this prime position in the house. Let's take a look at his POVs. He's trying to shoot across. They're all pushing. Looks like we're going to have a fight here. As he sits, shoots him there. And we have a bit of a stalemate. Maybe the GS Cav wants to look for the VW Cav, but they're not doing it so far. I'll fix the score. Oh, whoops. Yeah, why is that like that? Oh no, is the score going to be fucked the whole time? That would be unfortunate. Good shot from Aston. Baradin does go down, though. Oh, Siberia goes down. Three Inf versus one Inf, two Cav, one Archer. Not impossible, but Cav do a good job there. They get a trade out of the death at least. Aston trying to hold him as much as they can, and they're just going to try and turtle on flag here. Chuckster and Mika, the French duo, doing their best. As they're going to slowly try and pick apart this duo. They're playing very well, playing against the wall, making it hard for the Cav to enter here. Aston's coming a bit closer. They're thinking about pushing him. Good hit onto Trochka. Trochka does get a hit into Chuckster, though. Othari dismounts to play infantry. Just trying to keep him busy. Aston going for shots. They do take one out. It's now Chuckster 1v3. Can he do it? He's trying his best. But he goes down. Very unfortunate. And we have a 1-1. The scores are fucked. This is annoying. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to have to fix them every time, but such is life, I suppose. As we enter 1-1. Quite a good clutch up from Divitarium there. This is first set, yeah. Rigo with 800 score there, doing God's work. Royal doing good work as well. On the opposite side, you can see again Cav and Archer top of the scoreboard. Not super surprising. Here we go. Here we go. Similar as last time, BW/Div taking A and B. GS looking to move up into A. Oh, maybe they're faking it. They're waiting to see if anyone moves. And they do take the bait. They're moving over to A. Maybe they're going to try and run middle. I'm not sure what their plan is. Nope, they're going to match. Moving towards it. Beast is doing a little snoop, trying to see if they're doing anything sneaky. Doesn't see it while we have a Cav duel here. Siberia getting his horse a little bit fucked. Othari's on half health though. Kind of an even trade as we go into the fight. Varadin with a spear out. Ooh, nice shot there. Mika's very low. Aston hitting. Rigo coming behind. The spear's holding him though. Not holding him enough. As Varadin is now getting bullied in the 2v1. Beast trying to turn. Trochka does go down first, as does Othari. They now have no Cav. Aston's going to be sat on now by Siberia the whole time. As the GS Imp are just 3v1ing Beast, and he's been left alone. Nice kick from Pappy, but is it enough? I don't think it is. As Aston left alone on first life and taken out. And the Cav just fell so early in that fight. It's quite unfortunate. As we see this second reset fight, they want to have it quite close. They're trying to give Aston as little value as possible, but Rigo gets dismounted and killed. Quite unfortunate. Aston throws a nice little slash at Siberia's horse, and he gets out of there. Siberia is still first, so it doesn't matter too much, as they're just sort of kiting around the map. It is a point. They're going to walk back and sit on it, I think. They're going to regain the central position and try and block them in here with Archer on the left. It's quite annoying to play. For the side of... If Varadin takes a shot there. Doesn't do too much damage though, as Royal's just surviving, trying to 2v1 him. Varadin is getting a bit bullied here while they're trying to reset. They do get the others, but Varadin does go down. That's really bad for Div. And quite a good reset for them. Royal jumps down to waste even more time on them, while Trojka and Rigo are having a little bit of a last life cav duel. And everyone now on their last lives. Moving into quite an intense final fight, 5 versus 6. As Varadin got caught out on the 2v1 there, trying to nullify Royal's ability to shoot. What are we going to see? What's the plan? Trojka goes in. Doesn't quite get what he wants. Othari looking for some damage on Royal too. Royal just playing very safe. Here he's going to get hit from behind, but he sees it. Doesn't help him though. As Othari's going to sit on top of him. Try and nullify his sort of gameplay, but an Inf has already fallen for Div. As Aston goes down 2, and now it's Chapapi in a 1v3. Trojka gets taken down. As all of them do get taken down. And the Inf is failing upon the side of Divitarium. Getting taken down each time. But we'll see if they can fix up over the next few rounds. Rigo is getting so much score in these fights. He's doing a good job at out-dueling the other cav. I need to fix the scores again. I'm going to try and fix this for next set. We'll see if I can. But either way, we'll see what happens. As Shot's getting hit again. Unless I'm mistaken. Maybe I'm mistaken. Oh, Rigo and Trojka in an awkward fight on the stairs. Oh, I can't lock onto them. Othari coming to help. Trojka getting his sword out. Hitting Siberia's horse. Not too much damage on either side. Siberia and Trojka staying at it. Fighting each other. This is a very awkward cav duel on the stairs. As they eventually go out. Decide they want to have a bit of a duel here. Aston's going to get caught maybe, but his Inf are with him. They don't quite commit to it. Siberia in the back. He turns around, doesn't want it. Nice shot, Siberia. Half health, half horse. So good little prods early on in the skirmishing, and now they have 2 flags as well. So much better round beginning as they're entering into cav duel once again. Othari gets hit in the back, trying his best. It is Britannia cav though. It's very annoying, and here comes the Inf as well. Archer 2. Othari getting a bit caught. And now it's sort of equalized. 10-5 for GS in the chat. If I lock scores, I think it'll, I mean, I'll do it. I know what's happening. I need to fix something, but that's fine. Rigo goes down. Mika goes down. Royal takes out Varadin. Siberia is dismounted Trojka, and it looks like a close first fight, but a 1 first fight on the side of GS, and they can happily claim that flag. Othari is the only one on first life, and he does get dismounted, which is quite unfortunate for him. What's he gonna do here? Try and reset? Maybe get his Inf to reset him, or he's going to try and push and get some value here. Let's watch. Doesn't quite get it. Very unfortunate. Alright. Second fight beginning very soon. Rigo set up near the back. Mika is all the way over. Oh wait, this is the reset fight. I'm stupid. Enderclass does go down. Royal gets hit. Trojka does die. Not great for the side of Div. Royal trying to get any value, but he doesn't manage to get it. As Yo, thank you so much for the sub, Tiny. Appreciate you. So Thari goes down on last as well. And we're looking at a pretty sad first set here. As the Div are eventually just dismantled by the superior numbers here. And it looks like we have 3-1 to Britannia on this side and 3-1 to Godsent. So well done to them. I'm going to have to restart my game in a second because I know what's wrong. But a strong first set indeed. As we go to the scoreboard. Godsent doing well. A very strong first set. I'm going to have to restart my game. I hope they don't start the match immediately. That would be real sad for me. But honestly, they were just losing people early in these fights and getting advantages incredibly early. It's quite unfortunate. But we'll see if they can keep it up. 1 second. Okay, this should fix it. We pray. We pray. Let's see if it does. As we are going in, but honestly, Britannia versus Blandia, I do think Britannia has advantage on that map. It's a lot easier for the Cav. We'll see if they can clutch up, perhaps, on this second set as I load in. Let's see if they've started already. I hope they haven't. Here we go. So now this should be okay. This should work. Godsent. Divitarium. There we are. I think that will be it. They're going to be on the wrong sides, but hopefully this will work a bit better. As we're getting into second set. Let's see. Let's see if Divitarium can claw it back. Maybe the faction difference is big. I do think that the Cav, especially Rigo there, was playing incredibly well. He's getting a lot of value out of everyone. But we do have a few switches from the Divitarium side, so we'll see how much that matters. And I hope that they make it a more interesting result for this map. Both sides Archer's doing incredibly well, to be honest. I do think Royal was doing very well in those close areas, but it is a lot easier to play bow on this map than it is crossbow. So we'll see how that goes. As the warm-up is ended, we'll be heading in very soon to Godsent versus Divitarium. Again, these are the two top teams at the moment. At present, score with score difference calculated of the sort of organizational tournament to decide who goes into top group and bottom group. Let's see who ends up making it out on top. Let's see if it's a close match. I hope it is. As we head into set 2. Alright, let's go. Wonderful. Here we go. Divitarium, Britannia, Godsent on Vlandia side. First fight is always important. Let's see what the strat is. It looks like both teams are also deciding to go C. However, Div are deciding to go from this more interesting area. Maybe they're looking to create more of a fight around this central area, not giving their archer as much value. Little do they know Royal's at the side over here. He's going to try and get a cheeky shot. Does he surprise one of them? Let's take a look. He's waiting, he's thinking. As the Cav are dueling. Go on, Royal, take a pot shot. I don't think he's going to. He gives it a go at the end, doesn't quite get it. They're getting slowly pushed out while there's a Cav chase going on. I would call it a Cav duel, but they do not want to fight. They're dragging them around to the inf. Rigo does stop. As Cav is in the back, they almost get into class, don't quite get it, and the fight's beginning. Royal in a good position, Ace in a good position. They're practically next to each other. It's a very interesting place while Orthari goes down first. Rigo trying to get any value. Good shot from Royal, gets a double kill. Doing pretty well as Siberia does get taken down by Aston, and the infight is still quite close. Nobody yet dropped. They're all packed up against that wall, avoiding the Cav. BD eventually going down. But a nice shot from Aston. And he does get the kill. Chuckster finishes off Chupapi. Beast goes down. And it's a pretty convincing first fight. Aston's going to keep his life. He does not want to be on the dogshit second life Britannia Archer. So he's going to try and stay alive. But a lot of damage done. Rigo's like one hit. Chuckster just got bumped by a random horse and is even lower than what he was before. Mika's low. So it's going to be hard for them to get too much value on the reset. However, they are still alive. Rigo goes down. So not any value from him. Trochka and Othari just sort of sitting there waiting, seeing where they go. It is C point. They're going to try and grab this loot. GS didn't grab the loot, I don't think. Yep, they're getting shields. As a little bit of aggression from this Cav. Interestingly, end the class here on second life. I don't know if that's the smartest idea in the world, but he's trying to support them with a little spear. Nice shot from Royal into the horse of Trochka. As in goes this reset fight. Chuckster goes down immediately, as does Mika, as does Royal, and that reset is quite clean. Aston still alive, but he's not going to reset. He doesn't want to be on the Terrible Archer. They're finishing off some horses and grabbing a bit more loot, trying to deny them all of these lovely swords and shields that they're really probably going to want for this last fight. As we go into a C fight, Aston taking house. Royal probably going to hover around here somewhere. Pretty normal. Maybe he goes sandbags. He's got a shield with him. He should be okay. Ooh, nice shot. Onto Mika from Aston. A little bit of early damage. It might end up mattering. He's probably one hit now from one of those good swords. They do have a bit of loot. As there's just sort of waiting for this fight. Rigo's out in the open. Aston's looking. Does get a hit onto Rigo. It's wonderful work. Aston does get shot though by Royal, and the fight is almost beginning, but not before Chuckster gets hit again by Royal. Trochka goes for a back hit, but Mika just turns around and lamps him in the head. Othari's coming in, and now we have the main infight here. They're trying to hold this line. Be careful of Cav, but they do get a kill. Trade back on the inf here. But Othari goes down. It's now 2 Cav against none. For the side of GS. Rigo gets a double as he cleans up Aston. And they do get killed 2 double kills for the Cav duo of Rigo and Siberia, who are doing incredibly well this match. As Godsent pull ahead. 4-1 for Godsent. Quite impressive. And honestly, I'm going to lock onto somebody's POV here. It's been quite impressive watching these Cav play. They've been doing incredibly well. So let's see if they can do some more. As they're doing their usual capturing of flags. Rigo going in for a Cav duel. Very, very close Cav duel here. Prichka. He runs away. He decides he actually doesn't want it. And he leaves his good friend Siberia on the heavy class, getting a bit bullied. Siberia needs some help. Help him, Rigo. As he is continuing to get bullied by these Battanian Cav with their annoying lances and their annoying horses. Lots of stabs going in. Rigo leaves again. Siberia has been left to the absolute wolves as he sprints away. Gets some acceleration this time, so he's out. But very favourable trade. Siberia looking around here. Thinking about bombing. He's on 1 hit. Gets a nice hit onto Trochka. Trochka's on half. Can't get into the back though. Getting blocked. As Siberia's nearly dismounted. Rigo is dismounted. And here comes the fight. Othari trying his best in this 2v3 situation here while BD is keeping Enderclass off of his archer. Chupapi goes down, traded, but so does Beast. And it looks like GS might be able to clutch it even without that Cav. Siberia is still getting value. He's on 1 hit, so's his horse, does get dismounted. It's down to a 3v2, but this is very clutchable for BD and Othari. They're playing it against the wall. Siberia comes in, he finds a horse somehow. I don't know how. Gets hit again. But Othari goes down. It's now just BD in the 1v3. Make it a 1v4. Does get shot by Royal. And a good reset. As Othari does not have eco for its second Inf life. And so I think he's being made a... Is he being made a cheap Cav? Nope, he's... Trying his best to grab this sword, but he can't grab it. Unfortunate. We love Bangalore. As they're just waiting on this corner for this reset. Siberia is going in spawn. He's bombing. He's 1 hit. He doesn't care. Tries to get a hit, and actually Aston hits Othari, I think. That's unfortunate. Not too much damage, though. Royal does get taken down by Trochka. And the reset is beginning. Nice double kill from Trochka, and not really any damage. Siberia is still alive with this first life. Cav, here he goes, bombing in. Let's go on his POV. Gets another hit onto Trochka horse. Somehow blocks the arrow. Does get his shield blocked. He's still alive. How is he alive? I don't know. Hits the horse again. He's put Trochka's horse on 1 hit, and Trochka now has to run away. You hate to see it. Beast isn't looking, but doesn't get punished. Aston hits the shot. There we go. Eventually he dies. Siberia with the most value I've seen out of somebody who went 1 hit immediately at the start of first round. But nevertheless, as this last fight is happening, Mika already on 20% health. You hate to see it. Probably a lovely shot from Aston if I had to guess. As they're sort of splitting up. And the class is sitting near the archer, trying to pressure him. Does get a hit, gets 2 hits. Siberia coming in to help him. Nearly gets Aston, doesn't quite. Meanwhile, there's a 2v2 on flag. Both Cav coming in to help. It's a trade for the archer and the imp, but Papi goes down as well. Rigo with a double kill. Trochka needs to finish Chuckster if he can help it. Othari gets a nice dismount, though. And it's in this messy sort of last fight. But Trochka goes down, Othari goes down, and Beast, I feel like, is going to follow soon. And a messy early fight. Enderclass just sitting on top of Aston during that fight, completely committing to it. And yet the GS Inf managing to hold in the 2v3. Quite impressive indeed. And it's putting them at quite a lead. If they get another round here, it's going to be very hard for Div to win on the second map. But we'll see how it goes. Othari staying on Inf this time, as he did last round. Chupapi on Cav. They're mixing it up a little bit. As Chupapi's hiding. They love having these little early Cav duels in the middle. Let's see if they do it again. Siberia again on heavy Cav. Let's see if Rigo sells him down the river like he did last time. Nope, they're deciding against it, as there's already a fight happening. Rigo trying to get some value. Aston's been forced into melee straight away, but he gets his bow out pretty quick. Royal is free. Mika goes down first, though. This is quite big for Div. So they get all 3 kills, and they've absolutely swept them up this round. Barely any value onto them. Trojka a little bit low, BD a little bit low. Everyone else pretty healthy, and this is perfect position for what Div and VW want. This is exactly what they need. Nice and healthy C flag. They're thinking about forcing it A, but I think they've decided against it. They're going to force it as last life onto this C point. Both Rigo and Siberia circling around the back. Thank you so much for the follow. As backstab onto Chuckster goes in, and they've hard committed onto Royal. They've caught him out. He does a good job blocking, but he can't block everything as he goes down. Pappy goes down on his first life. Remember, this is still a reset for Britannia, so it's not terrible. And quite good play from Div and VW there. Royal getting completely taken out. Rigo low, Chuckster low, Mika low, Enderclass low. A very, very good first fight and first reset. Aston here just going to, again, try and get any value. Pappy helping him out a bit. He actually mounts a horse to get out of there. Looks like he doesn't want value, and Enderclass might have pushed up a bit too much. He definitely did. As a perfect bump hit combo from Trojka and Chupapi there. Chuckster a little bit pushed up too. Rigo dismounted. And this time it is Div who have an incredibly strong round. All of them apart from Aston alive, so their eco is going to be pretty good as well. Although it really matters for their Cav or Imp too much, but it's not a terrible thing. But yeah. What a round. What a comeback. Let's see if they can do 2 more of those. And even this out a little bit more. That would be perfect for them. As I fix up my things a little bit. There we are. As we get into what could be the final round of this set, of this map. Let's take a look. Early fight around this house. This is a tough position. This archer looks like it's very open to push, but it is actually quite hard to push through 3 inf that are trying to stop you. Let's see if they try and do it. Enderclass is going for it again. Nice shot onto BD there from Royal, as they both Cav come in from behind. Not too much value gained though. Trojka gets a lovely opening kill on Rigo. They're now 1 Cav down. They're going to want to fight in the open, but Siberia goes down. 1 Cav versus no Cav. And the Imp do a good job. That's a lovely shot from Asen takes out Enderclass. And another lovely shot takes out Royal. And we're getting, perhaps, Div into their proper way. Chupapi's getting 2v1, but he's on first life. He doesn't really give a shit. He's trying to get any value he can. Gets nice hit into the horse. Another nice hit into the horse. Not too much damage, but he's trying to get anything he can. He's trying to hit something. Gets another hit into the horse, and Rigo's nearly dismounted. Tons of value. But Pappy's horse is on 1 hit. He's going to turn around and wait a bit. Aston's still first. All the Imp's still first. He's waiting for this second life. Trojka is just going to hide. As they're deciding to force it A this time. They don't want this C fight anymore. It's not working out for them. Let's see what they can do. Royal sitting on this left side against the wall, gets an opening shot, but blocked by BD this time. As the fight begins, another good shot. Or maybe it was a team hit on to end the class, I can't quite tell. As they're trying to get any value that they can. Chupapi dismounting, being a bit of a menace. Mounting up, trying to get any value. Does get a hit onto Royal, takes him to about half. So not terrible, but not the most perfect reset you've ever seen. While Aston's getting a few fucking back shots, gets a nice shot into the horse. And is Aston going to reset? He might not. He's quite low, though. They've got some time. The morale's not too bad. And they do reset Aston. They take his bow. So we have two bows here on the side of... Oh, if he can get the arrows. Thank you, Bannerlord. Two bows on the side of Div. Let's see how much they use it. A few shots here. And Rigo and Siberia. Rigo's kind of in Narnia right now if they start the fight early. He is looping around. Siberia going behind as well for Aston. Aston doesn't see. Gets a nasty hit and kill. But Royal TKs there. So it's not too bad of a compromise. As Pappy goes down. You don't want to see that at all. And we have an awkward situation. Trojka playing spear. But Royal does go down. It's now even. Trojka with the spear. Rigo trying to get some value. Siberia also with a spear in this melee. Othari does go down though. And BD gets team killed by that spearman. And now it's just Beast left alone in the 1v4. And he doesn't manage to do it. Which makes it 6-2 for Godsent on this first map. Quite good indeed. Quite good indeed. It's a tough pill to swallow, I think, for Div, but GS are doing incredibly well. Godsent are doing absolutely everything that they possibly can. And so it's the halfway point. Divitarium versus Godsent. Let's see. Will these factions help either side? Sturgia, Asarai, will the map help either side? Let's find out. Let's put up a poll. Let's go prediction. Start prediction. Who will win? Divitarium. Godsent. You all have 5 minutes to put in your submissions. Here we go. There we go. Prediction started as we go in. It's 2-6. Who's going to take it home? I think, depending on what happens, I mean, these maps are very similar, is the one thing I will say. I'd be surprised if one team suddenly stomps, or if Divitarium suddenly does incredibly well. But I would like to see if they can do it any better here. I mean, Rigo and Siberia have been consistently doing well. You saw Othari switch off of Cav. And Trout Inf instead. Chupapi switched up. This is the benefit of having skilled players on your team. You can just switch up classes. And yeah, like Mean Outlaw said, round difference does matter. But let's see, will this faction matchup suit one side or the other side? The Divitarium players are arguably a lot better with these sort of kiting out shooting playstyles, right? They're a lot better at moving, kiting things out, playing a bit slowly. I think their Inf got caught up a lot of times against the wall. Thank you so much for the follow. And they ended up getting punished last map. Lighthouse is a lot easier to move out, play open. There's always that B fight up against the cart, however, which maybe they'll keep closed. I'd be interested to see if we see any people doing the capture A, move to B from the corridor strategy. But let's take a look. The predictions are quite heavy on Godsent. I'm not, you know, I do know why. But let's see. As we head into the third set, second map on Lighthouse here. Again, good Archer map, but not Archer favorable faction with Sturgia. So let's see what happens here as we move into the third set. Divitarium need a good round result here if they have a dream of winning. If they 3-0, it would be impressive. I do think Aserai is stronger round 1. So if Godsent managed to win round 1, I'd be very surprised. But let's see what they decide to do. They do run Archer on both sides. Not incredibly surprising. As they are moving towards A. Looks like they are going to do this little cheeky push. Moving in through this little corridor. Royal is going to move up. Yep, probably a little bit closer. Maybe on stage. Yep, he's going to take position there. And GS are going to just sort of hold this corner here. Try not to push too much. Nice foot shot from Aston, though. Gets a good little bit of value onto Klekfi. He's taking a couple of jump shots, as we do have the fight here. This fight position, not perfect for Aston. Quite nice for Royal. Royal getting good shots into the horse. Good shots into the imp as they're fighting in this corner. Cav can't really help in this corner. Aserai backing up, pulling out a little bit, while Troichka's trying to keep Royal busy. Royal pushed off of stage. Chupapi sitting behind. But then again, they've pulled away. They're doing a little bit of kite fighting here. But Chuckster's just getting hit and hit and hit here. Very good first life here from Aserai. Rigo comes in, gets good value. Chupapi gets dismounted. And not a terrible first life from Aserai. Remember, Aserai have 3 lives of this light imp. So as long as Aston doesn't die, they're kind of chilling. That's why he pulled away. And again, Siberia's going to get a bit bullied here. They try and help reset, but they say, oh, he's fucking dead. They're pulling away. But 2 flags still captured for Sturgia. So it's going to be C or B. We'll see if they want to force it C. It looks like Troichka is going to force it C. Rigo's going to prod him a little bit. Not get any value, though. As C flag's being captured. GS say, we don't care. We're going to try and push and kill you anyway. They're running away. They're a bit too fast for them. So they're turning around. And we're going to have a bit of a cat and mouse here on the reset, I think. As Aston tries to find a position. Oh, nice kill from Rigo there. I thought he was going to get dismounted, but he does still get value. Troichka unfortunately rears himself and dies on the first life. Not too important. As Royal's going for a reset here, Othari does take him down. Now it's just Klekfi to reset. And Aserai are not too upset at this. All their specials on last life, but they have the flag. And more importantly, their imp are on second. So we're probably going to see... Oh, Othari picks up a bow, yep. And as I said, this is the sort of play style that you do see. Where they're going to be picking up bows, kiting out, being annoying. Rigo takes a couple of hits there. Troichka goes in for a little bit of a bomber. Doesn't quite get it, though. As now we have the waiting game. Again, they have 2 bows. Aston has a bow, Othari has a bow. They're quite happy to sit here and poke and prod at this team. They don't need the engagement straight away. As long as their specials don't die. Ooh, nice takeout, though. BD and Othari taken out at the same time. And not a terrible reset, but special lives still alive for Aserai. And there's a couple of people on the GS side which are very low. So they just need to lock in for this reset. Let's see if they can do it. Siberia on one hit. Shupapi hiding on the corner. Trudgka on the other corner. Rigo just sprinting around the map, trading everyone that he possibly can. His horse on one hit now, though. While Athari's moving towards the archer. They do take down Siberia. He gets caught up against all of those imps. We now have a big fight. Rigo dismounted. 2 cav on the side of Div up. No cav on the side of the others. Chupapi does get dismounted by his teammate, but it looks like the pure numbers here are going to matter. Mika's trying his best in this 1v5, but they do go down. And that's quite a clean first round. But it did take them until their very last lives. And you have to bear in mind that that is the hardest round for Sturgia. They now get 2 lives of those big beefy Variag units with beautiful axes. Perfect for cutting off these little light infantry SRA heads. And so let's see what they can use. Papi on heavy cav. Trojka on heavy cav. They're going double heavy. Are they going to bomb spawn? Nope, they're not. They're chilling. Maybe I spoke too soon. I saw him go around back. But Rigo hanging near his imp, making sure nobody's going to bomb his dear little Archer Royal. Keeping him nice and safe. As we're getting a similar area for first fight. GS this time. Fighting against this left wall. They want to bait them out. They've moved in. Aston's been left a bit. But they turn around to protect him. Siberia trying to get some value. But he gets pretty punished from that. But Papi goes down. And so does Beast. And it looks like this is an early fight. Aston's already running for his life. Gets a nice hit onto Siberia. Siberia and Rigo here just trying to block Aston. Slow him down. Let him die. And I think they did a good enough job. He's now stuck in this corridor. Trying to survive for the best of his life. Oh, a team kill there. And they do pull out of that corner. Aston manages to survive. Very good survival instincts from Aston there. Moving back early. As now, these resets are going to probably come fast. 2 flags on the side of Sturgia, so they're quite happy to wait. Div are thinking about exactly what they want to do. Looting some shields, looting some weapons, it looks like. Yep, we've got an axe on the side of Orthari. Royal doesn't see them. Now he does. But Aston has a nice shot here. Unfortunately misses it. Trudger goes in. What a shot from Royal. And Beast gets taken down by Rigo. I didn't even see where that happened. Beast on last life now. As we have 2 imps resetting into the side with Aston. But Aston's getting bombed by Siberia. Doesn't quite see him in time. These 2 imps. Rigo's just holding Trojka, saying, nope, you're not going to get into the fight. Royal does go down. Very good work from Lotharian. We have a 2v2 now. BD no shield. Siberia comes in. Nice bump stab from him to finish off that squishy SRA imp. BD still surviving with a shield and a TK comes out. But again, there's 2 people with a life on the side. Rigo and Chuckster. Oh, make it 3. Sorry, I can't count. Rigo, Chuckster, and Mika. Quite happy on first life here. Royal might join the fun as well. He has 3 lives on the Archer class. He has enough eco. I think it's 120 gold. Shupapi comes in. Doesn't hit the shot. Trojka tries the bomb and misses as well. Gets punished for it. And every single bit of damage onto Asrai here is so important. Beast taking a bit of damage. Trojka already dismounted. They're going to be jumping on him, trying to kill him. And they do get the kill. As Shupapi's also dismounted. But there's a horse literally trying to get mounted by him. Nice little pick-off from Aston there, which might have saved it, as he gets nice value onto Rigo as well. But it is a 5v6. It's a 5v6, and you don't want to be in this position, especially not as Asrai. These cav are going to be very dangerous. That's why I always pick this with Sora. So it's very consistent system. Let's go to now these systems is doing process tests. It's not going to be enough. That's how they go. 2-0 rounds this round. Oh dear, I'm 60 seconds behind. It's going to be bad. Oh god. I hope my mic is fixed. We're on a delay, guys. We're on a delay. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it's fixed. Alright. As we're getting into this fight here, on stage of all places, you don't really want to be on there with Sturgier, I don't think. I don't think it's the best idea. 2 inf go down, 3 inf go down. Aston running for his life. Siberia trying to slow him. Oh, a lovely shot from Royal. Takes out the cav there. Nearly gives Siberia his horse back. But Aston trying to live. I don't know how he's alive. How is he alive? He has the survival of a god. I don't know how this is working. He manages to get out of these situations I don't think is possible. But GS all kind of injured. If they can reset, which, as I said, if they can reset... Oh no, Trochka goes down on last life. He's trying to live, gets stabbed in the back by Rigo, but he is alive. He's going to go and help out Aston, probably. As double kill from Althari. Royal's still getting some value on the horse. And now Trojka's getting kicked. Doesn't get punished, though. He's trying to just live, and instead Siberia goes down. Nothing too bad. Rigo going down as well on first life. And here we go. Alright. There we go. Trojka, 1 HP, dismounted. He's a glorified spearman now. I don't think there's a horse for him to get unless he dismounts one. Aston on last. Everyone on last. But Sturgia definitely with the advantage, but a nice shot there. Early from Aston. And Trojka doesn't get the dismount, but Siberia gets dismounted. Klekfi is committing onto Aston here. Very important. And he does die for it. Aston gets the kill. 1v1 with Siberia. Doing well. Pappy here as well as a glorified inf. Beast has to sit on the flag because they can't lose the round. And here we go. Final fight here. There's a 1v1 in the corner. Siberia versus Aston. But Beast here trying to stop Royal from shooting. Does manage to get him to switch. And this is an intense 3v3. Royal does get the kill onto Beast. Puppy don't die as well as BD goes down. As we have the 1v1 of the century here. Switches to Bo. Oh, he misses the shot. Goes for it. Is he going to try kick? I'd kick here. I'm trolling. But he gets speared. And does go down. And this does mean that Godsent goes up 8-3. And they now cannot lose a round. If Div lose a round from now on, they have lost the game. If they win everything else, they draw. This is the situation that we're in. Divitarium cannot lose. Their backs are against the wall. They're running the same comp. Oh, an early kill from Siberia onto Trojka is not what you want to see if you're a Divitarium fan. And Chupapi goes down as well. Absolute bomber from the side of Div Cav. You hate to see it. You do hate to see it as an inf as well on that team. I'm sure the comms are really friendly and happy right now. As we see Pappy. Oh, he's getting involved again. Klekfi's got a spear out, blocking him from this direction. They notice there's only 2 inf. Mika's going to get trapped a little bit, but Klekfi does make it back before anything meaningful happens. Oh, a couching from Siberia does get a kill. Pappy's in on second. Dismounts. Truchka's in on second. They escape without too much damage, I think, as the S-Ray Inf go down. Aston is trying to make it out once again, but they say, not this time, Aston. You don't get to survive. He's trying his best. Not quite doing it. As Truchka trying to get Rigo, but Rigo takes him out on his first life. Oh goodness, it's an absolute ordeal. And Ace, I just saw Aston team hit BD in the back of the head. Siberia gets another kill. They are getting it cleaned up on these second lives. Aston's already in melee with Klekfi. Klekfi knows. Trying to just bully him a bit. Trying to open up for Siberia. We're going to see a lot of shoves. Pappy comes out. Hitting a stab. Klekfi does go down. Doesn't get too much value onto Aston, actually. Aston doing a good job. He's on 1 HP, but that's all Aston needs. He is the difference maker. As Mika goes down, Chuckster goes down, Siberia gets dismounted, but Shipapi goes down on the last. And we have no Cav on the side of Div. And no lives on the side of Div. Royal's still sitting pretty with 2 extra lives, if he wanted. Rigo gets a kill onto BD just to twist the knife a little bit on this reset. As the second lives come in, and they're going to just sweep up this remaining Inf. And that's quite a decisive game. GG, well played, 9-3. Impossible for Div to win. And quite a dominant first set from Sturgia. So, I mean, they've just been incredibly dominant. There's not much I can really say. They've been doing well. If they can do the same on the opposite side, the score difference, it will matter for placements. But, I mean, just look at the set scores. 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. It's very dominant from GS. I saw people in chat earlier saying that they think that it's going to be Div versus IE in finals. But they're doing very well. Let me pay out the prediction, actually. 82% of you were correct. Godsent did win. There we are. Congratulations for those who won. But very unfortunate. Perhaps an off day. Perhaps they don't have all their players. But honestly, Godsent have looked incredibly dominant across this entire match. Their Inf have been playing really well together. Their Cav have been playing really well together. Their Archer's been playing really well. This has been a high-level match across the board. Aston has been putting in absolute work for his team. He has the survival of an Archer. You know, I would dream to survive as much as Aston does in these fights, and he's putting out a lot of damage too. The Inf line of Div all doing well, but they're falling short, unfortunately, of this GS team. Crazy things going on in chat right now that I can't repeat. My goodness. As we go into the final round, let's see. Can Divitarium claw some rounds back for round difference? Remember, this is the preliminary little group stage to decide who goes in the top group and who goes in the bottom group. Every single score, every single round that Div can claw back here is more advantage to them. If they can make it 9-6, it's a fucking wonderful world for them, as they won't get beaten as much. If they make it, if they get 3-1 here and it's 12-3, or 3-0 here, sorry. They make it 12-3, it's going to be unfortunate for them. Just waiting for some things. I think Div is sorting out some stuff. But still. I mean, chat, who do you think is the difference maker? Who's been your MVP so far? I'll tell you what. At the end, near the end of the set, I'll put up a prediction of not a prediction, sorry, a poll of who's the MVP. We'll give out an MVP prize to everyone. I'll put some names up there. We'll see what happens. Who's been playing best on each team? Who do I think is the GOAT? Seems like I won 12-0 versus BD. The reason I'm streaming this game, I ain't gonna lie. Hate to say it. Throw out some names in chat for me. At the moment, I've got Aston and Royal down for MVP. I've got Rigo down. Who do you think out of the inf lineups of both teams, chat? Who do you think's been playing the best? Do we think Chuckster, Mika? Do we think it's been Beast? Do we think it's been... who do we think? Orthari? Who's your guys' MVP for this match so far? Let me know. And I'll add them on. At the moment, the only ones I have locked in is Aston, Royal, Rigo. We have 2 more spaces. Yep, this is going to be the last set. Who's been doing well on Div team? Who's been doing well on GS team? I'll move back to the score screen. For our people. Don't know what we're waiting for here. What do we think about the Divitarium, Kev? No, I'm just going to throw people in there. I'm just going to throw who I think in there, and we'll vote at the end. BD Chuckster, that's fair. We're still waiting for Div to get ready. Let's see how they do. Aston is the Barclays man of the match. Hell yeah. Alright, they're ready, I think. So, we're going into final set here. Let's see how this goes. Can Div claw back some score, or is it cooked for them? Let's find out. Let's take a look. We enter into the final set. Div versus Godsent. Let's see. Sturgis. I do feel like Sturgis stronger faction here against Aserai. I do think, however, they didn't use Aserai in the way that I expect people to use Aserai, like kiting out. I felt like they were playing them like Sturgia. But let's see. Let's see what happens. Straight B from each team this time. A bit of a different strategy, as GS are just getting stuck into this imp fight. Rigo's in early. Chupapi comes in. Nice kill onto Enderclass. Like, if he goes down 2, this is a very fast reset. Othari's already walking at Royal, stopping him. BD with a double kill. Nice blocking here from everybody. As, ooh, team kill from Othari there. But, or was it Othari or BD? I'm not quite sure. Oh, they don't see the cap behind them, and they are getting pressured now on second lives. But they're trying to get the resets in. Very, very fast fights here. Rigo goes down. Siberia sitting on Aston. Not doing too much, though. Not much for Aston to do. Royal getting a shot. Aston looking at Royal. Doesn't quite hit it. Nice shot from Royal there. Onto Beast to reset him. Doesn't quite get the one around the corner, though. That would have been a clip. I would have recorded that one. As we see here. Aston doing his usual thing of, I don't want to die. I'm just going to live. Let's see. Nice shot to Enderclass. No idea what the fuck Enderclass is doing. Just holding a swing to the right. Rigo comes in. What a shot from Aston. Takes him out on the second life there. So they're -1 already. We might see Aserai lose this first one if they can utilize this cav advantage here. Trochka does get dismounted by Klekfi though. Does go down. Siberia dismounted as well. Again by Aston. Klekfi on Aston. Double kill from BD. Double kill from Pappy. BD doing really well. Let's see it. The final lives here. Chupapi up for Div. It's Cav. Siberia up for GS. Royal doing his best. Royal really impactful here, by the way. Any shot onto anyone does about half the health or kills them. Happy coming in for a bomb. Royal doesn't hit it. And he's getting the bump onto him, keeping him busy. Enderclass does go down. Double kill for BD again. BD is executing people this round. 5 kills already. Good blocks. Othari not getting bullied here. Staying on Royal. Blocking his shots. BD, another kill for BD. As he's looking for more at the end here. Beast does get traded. BD trying his best. He wants 7. He gets 7. 7 kills for BD in 1 round. We love to see it, and it's a very strong round 1 from Sturgia. That's what we want to see from Divitarium. And that was the hardest round for Sturgia, so let's see. Maybe it was faction difference all along, and they can clean this up 3-0. Let's take a look. I'd love to see it, to be honest. But BD with 7 kills on Inf is crazy work, to be honest. That is crazy. Not the most score in the world, but if you can kill him, you can kill him. As we start again, Royal sitting back again, waiting for their cav. Their cav coming in. Not quite getting the value that they're looking for, I think, and blocked from the entry. But nice shot from Aston onto Siberia. Beast getting a kill, BD getting a kill, and this is first lives gone again. Royal this time not able to get away. Trochka blocks that quite well as Chupapi gets dismounted by Rigo. Doesn't matter too much, still first life. So they're going to reset back onto this flag. They haven't even capped it. The fight was that fast. Rigo is still on first life. Does get taken out though. Maybe a bit of a caster's curse from me there. As we have a reset fight happening here. Trochka doesn't get the backstab, but a team kill again. Pappy takes down Rigo. Pappy takes down Enderclass. Pappy's going crazy, trying to poke anything. And another clean reset. They have absolutely no health, but they have a dream. Aston staying fully healthy like he always does. As they're going to just push these last 3 lives as quick as they can. Finish them up. Let's see who can farm the kills here. BD trying his best. Klekfi trying to stay alive. Nice shot from Aston in the back there. BD finishes it off. Trochka does go down in the 1v1 against Mika. As does BD, and this is actually winnable. It's currently a 2v3, but Mika dies. Slightly less winnable. Enderclass trying his best. Let's watch him. Oh, he takes 1 more down. Aston's aiming at him. He's just going to run away, kite out. Othari's not getting baited. He doesn't want to be on a clip. As they're just running away, he grabs a horse. Beast has jabs, doesn't hit it though. Here he comes, trying his best. Missing as well. He's just trying to stay alive as long as he can. How much value can one man get? Let's find out. As Pappy is just clicking him. And he tries to dismount but goes down. Well, it was a nice attempt. But this is a solid 2-0 for Div. BD does go down, but his eco's still absolutely fine. Doesn't really matter. BD remaining very high up there. 10 kills total. All 7 from first round. Quite funny. As we go into maybe the final round. If Div can clutch this out, let's find out. Siberia. Strong opening onto Trochka's horse. Not too much damage though. As Pappy's helping him out, trying to block these cav out. Nice hit again. Oh, Trochka's getting a bit bullied as he's on about 30% health. But here come the imp crawling out from the alleyway. Not quite enough though. They just ride away. They're quite happy with their damage, I'm sure. Trochka and Pappy on about 1 health. Not what you want to see. But Siberia on 1 health as well. As they're just sort of sitting, thinking about capturing C, thinking about going B. Aston's hiding in this little alleyway, seeing if he can surprise anybody. Look at him crouching, sneaking. Oh, he jump shoots Siberia. Yeah, hate to see it. All of that value lost. Royals in a 2v1. Does get shot as well, make it a 3v1. As Aston is just machine gunning the bow. Does go down for it. Maybe a little bit greedy from Aston, but I'm sure he was having some fun. Rigo coming in on first life. Does get taken down. And now it's a 2v3. Double kill for Trochka and double kill for Beast. Very nice. Good resets on the side of Div. And good work from Aston with that jump shot. Quite funny. He's a sneaky little player, he is. Sneaks around, hides, and he's got another life, so he's quite happy to reset here with his team. He's going to sit in this corner, get some value. Spots Royal crossing, doesn't quite hit it. Does spot Rigo, though. And here comes Enderclass doing his classic, pushing him. Doesn't quite get the value he wants to. Lothari goes down, but Royal goes down as well. That's big. Royal's completely out now. Pappy down on second life. You don't want to see this as a Div fan, but Mika cleaning up that fight as Pappy tries to go for a kick. Doesn't hit. Enderclass just being so annoying and manages to kill him. Pappy has a little imp life. Beast is on thrower. Not sure why. Maybe he just felt like it. He's got those axes. Oh no, he had jabs, but he's thrown them all. As it is Trochka on his own. Cav versus Siberia and Rigo. And so begins the fight. Here we go. Trochka trying to get some value in here. Doesn't quite find anything. Aston's sitting on top. Just completely unkillable up there. Enderclass goes down. Mika goes down. And we are on the last lives of Aserai. This is the final fight. Can they do it for their score? Aston and Beast technically could reset if they wanted to, but I don't think it's too effective of a reset. Beast was thinking about it. Thinking about walking around the back, but... Oh, he's hesitant. He's not. He's going left. He's going right. He's sitting there. He's thinking. Aston likely doesn't want to die. It is a point. Beast is just hiding on this little corner here. While Cluckfeet, Mika, and Enderclass try and get some loot from the first fight. They're down an archer this entire time. So it's going to be hard for them. Because Aston is just going to be getting value this entire time. He's having a lot of fun jump shooting them over this wall, I'm sure. Being so annoying, just putting pressure on them. Look at this. Are we going to see... And a shot in the back from Pappy. I think it was a jab. Hits Mika down to about 80%. As Siberia comes in, doesn't get value. His horse gets shot. You hate to see it. Trochka comes in. Oh, doesn't trade it though. Klekfi does go down. Pappy here. Beast on his last life. They all have to live. Orthari does go down. He doesn't have a life. Aston goes down. He does have a life. BD has to try and live here, but he goes down. It's just Beast and Aston, and they spawn as throwers. This is a 2v4 situation. If anyone can clutch it, it's these two people. Let's see. Let's see what they can do. Beast has already thrown all of his jabs. I think he dismounted Rigo. So the two Cav are very slow. And if Aston and Beast want, they can kite this out. Rigo, I think, has... Nope, he doesn't have a life. He's just fighting for no reason. Nice throw from Siberia, but Beast takes down Mika. It's a 2v3. They're trying their best. Rigo gets blunted. You hate to see it. A double kill for Beast. A kill from Aston. And it's now a 1v2. Come on. Enderclass trying his best in the 1v2. But Beast takes it down. And they get their score back that they wanted to. They're saying GG, well played in the chat. As we end on 9-6 to Godsent. Very good match. Very good play from both teams. And so my question is, I'm going to put this up for 2 minutes. Who is the MVP of the match? I'm putting up these people randomly, to be honest. A couple of them, I think. Let's see. Vote for your MVP. Let's see who's MVP of the match for you guys. Honestly, for me, I think Aston was playing so well. He was on the losing side most of the match, but he was just doing everything that you want from your archer, surviving, pulling back. He played so well, but Rigo was absolutely cooking on Cav on the side of GS, and GS did win. So if I had to vote, I think I would say Rigo. Either way, very good match. Very good match from both teams. GG, well played. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. This was Divitarium versus Godsent. Let's see what people want to vote. But other than that, GG to both teams. You both played very well. Score wasn't too bad with that 3-0 return. But we'll see. GG, well played to everyone. All right. This will be uploaded on my YouTube. It's at The Cloney. If you're ever interested in anything Bannerlord related to do with skirmish competitive or tournaments or anything of the like, I would recommend your first stop should be within the BNL Discord, which I'll link in chat in 1 second. BNL Disc. There we go. If anyone's interested, if you're new to it, you're not sure about it, it's a tournament with several divisions. I think we go all the way down to division, what is it this season? I don't even know anymore. Division N, all the way up to A and B. So if you're interested in giving it a go check out the Discord, join the tournament, join next tournament. And other than that, thanks everyone for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. I'll be playing some pirate game for a bit. Hell yeah. Alright, I'll see you guys later in a bit.